Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Jessica Clemons, and yesterday Warner Brothers released their first official trailer for Tim Burton's highly anticipated sequel to the 1988 classic. Was that enough words? It's Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. It came with a new little poster the day before as well. It's Beetlejuice with his legs crossed, and he's been waiting for all of us. The man on the right might be some fake kind of Houdini something or other, and this little shrunken head worker is right next to him that we see later in the trailer. We see a lot of them later in the trailer. We're gonna break down this trailer. Speaking of trailers, how many times am I gonna say trailers? We're gonna break it down for all the hidden details you might have missed and all those Easter eggs that we found along the way. But before you say his name 3 times and mess up your day, how about you first support New Rockstars by checking out some of our awesome merch available right now over at the nerdride.shop. Currently, we're having a Memorial Day sale. A sale. Through next Tuesday. That's a long time. It's buy one, get one 50% off. Go there. Go get something. Get one and then get another for your mom or your dad or your friend or me. Buy me things. There's new merch added all the time, so go support the channel and check out nerdride.shop. Okay, now let's get into this trailer. We open the trailer with a little scary, eerie welcome from Winona Ryder, our famous Lydia Deetz. It's been over 35 years since she's played this character again.
Be warned, it's intense.
The song playing over a very autumn day in Winter River is of course none other than the iconic banana boat, Day-O. You remember that song? It left us with such a great impression from the original movie during the dinner scene. This is a slowed down, gospel-like version that we see children singing at the funeral. We saw this in the teaser trailer earlier too. The transitions are orchestrated by the brass instrumentals of Danny Elfman's iconic Beetlejuice theme song. You can hear them as they drop. We're then taken to the funeral, a small gathering for dead Papa Deetz. Funny enough, the musical begins with a death in the family as well, though that was Lydia's mother, and the show focuses on Lydia's inability to garner her father's attention. Feels like a little similarity here, just where the mom is, the dad is. That's where we see Lydia again, and her daughter Astrid, played by Jenna Ortega, coming off the heels of Tim Burton's Wednesday. I actually think they're shooting the second season of Wednesday right now. Lastly, there's Catherine O'Hara reprising her role as Delia Deetz. As we know from the synopsis given a while back, after an unexpected family tragedy, 3 generations of the Deetz family return home to Winter River. That teaser trailer alluded to the unexpected family tragedy being the death of Lydia's father, which is confirmed here by Astrid. Next to Lydia and Astrid, we see a cut-off tombstone, but I presume it says, "Here lies the body of Tim Burton, the commander in charge." Evan said the commander of creative, maybe a co-writer. It's at the spot where you list like the father, the brother, the confidant, you get it. We get a chromed out WB logo and black and white skies matching Beetlejuice's jacket. We're at the original Deetz home that's whimsically also in mourning. In the front yard, we see the infamous statue that broke the kitchen window, trapped Delia Deetz, and walked like a dog. We glimpse the stairs that lead directly to the attic, home to the infamous town model. Here, Lydia recants about the original movie.
A trickster demon terrorized our entire family and tried to force me to marry him.
We left the movie with Beetlejuice being swallowed by the sandworm, leaving Beetlejuice in the afterlife waiting room, stealing a ticket number from the witch doctor who shrinks his head. The trailer makes us believe between then and now, Beetlejuice has become a manager in the afterlife. Beyond his desk, we see the little worker bees working away. They're in yellow suits like the man we saw on the left on the brand new poster. Also, this kind of just resembles all of what we saw in the original movie. I love this location. He has a photo of Lydia, his problematic ex-fiance. Also, I like his red phone under the glass jar. It's very old school Batman, which makes sense because this is a Warner Brothers movie. With Lydia's narration, we see this wedding cake. The wedding cake has black and white stripes down the side to commemorate Beetlejuice's iconic suit. This has a little Beetlejuice on it, and look, it's another wedding all over again. We have 2 movies, 2 weddings. And as we know, in the original movie, there was no official church-like wedding. This ceremony must be between Beetlejuice and I assume his new wife, Dolores, played by Monica Bellucci, who, yes, is currently dating Tim Burton, but Burton putting his partner in things isn't new to us. There's also one person in attendance, Astrid. From the previously shared synopsis, we know that Astrid discovers the mysterious model of the town in the attic, and the portal to the afterlife is accidentally open. So this is probably the outcome of her calling upon Beetlejuice or just sitting there waiting for her mother, so it's not really shocking to see her as the only person here. Maybe she's just a witness. Funny enough, we see Lydia in the red dress later in the trailer, the same one she was forced to get married in the original movie, so this could be a scene of Beetlejuice trying to leave his wife for Lydia so he can go back to living above. In the original movie, to stay above, he had to marry Lydia. He called it a marriage of inconvenience, and Lydia was alive, so that's how he could go to the above world, and I don't think his wife is actually alive. She's definitely a very dead person. We see her later in the trailer. She's very beautiful and looking just like Corpse Bride, and this all kind of feels a lot like Corpse Bride. One of the things that that makes great stories great is the world building, the little tidbits here and there that make you feel like there's a full fleshed out universe beyond what the story needs to move along. If you're a creative, that kind of deep world building is a major goal, and worldanvil.com can help you achieve it. World Anvil is the ultimate all-in-one software for tabletop gamers, fantasy novelists, and anyone who loves creative world building. If you're writing a novel, World Anvil's novel planner and writing software is super helpful, allowing you to rearrange scenes and chapters with a drag and drop interface, as well as features for publishing, subscription, and monetization. Plus, World Anvil lets you build interactive maps, family trees, and timelines to help you keep track of everything going on behind the scenes in the world you're building. And if you're a GM, World Anvil has a digital GM screen and campaign manager with support for more than 45 tabletop RPG systems, including a robust library of character sheets and stat blocks. If you're trying to build a world of your own, head to worldanvil.com today or click the link in the description, use code NEWROCKSTARS, and you'll get 51% off any premium subscription. Next thing you know, Astrid is picking up a flyer for a bioexorcist telling them to call Beetlejuice. He can even find you a love connection. This kind of resembles the original bioexorcist flyer from the original movie as well that they found in the book. Then prompted his tombstone and sign, also from the original movie, beam once his name is called a single time. Then Astrid goads her mother saying his name a second time. Thunder crackles and the model town starts to light up and shake. We see the cracks being made in the miniature town, which is how Beetlejuice reveals himself to everyone at the end of the first movie before tricking Lydia into marriage. Lydia then reminds us if we say his name 3 times, he will appear. On the third Beetlejuice, we witness Michael Keaton reprising his role, the same old black and white striped tux looking mighty fine, if I must say so myself. He says,
"The juice is loose,"
which is clearly a play off his name and, you know, O.J. Simpson, the phrase coined after the murder and death of Nicole Brown. You remember it, or you just know about it. Him popping up behind Lydia is also so cartoonish. It reminds me of just how fun and kooky the original Beetlejuice was, and Michael Keaton is absolutely having so much fun right now. Beetlejuice rose from the model town without Astrid around there, so it looks like Lydia is calling upon him for help. This feels like the original animated show where Lydia and Beetlejuice are sort of friends. This tag team up seems like it's going in that way, you know, minus the trauma he instilled in her from the first movie. This looks like a train where once you die, you're now taken to the official destination. It's perhaps no longer like a direct line to the afterlife waiting room like we saw in the original movie. We see some 60s, 70s chic people out and about. Behind them is the entrance, the same bent out of shape doorway like we've seen in the afterlife hallway they traveled through in the original movie. The train arrivals will take you to the Great Beyond, which is on time, though the Pearly Gates, Fires of Damnation, and the Elysian Fields are all delayed. Elysian Fields is a Greek mythology and also from Hades, the video game, as Evan yelled at me about. This is also the final resting place. The Great Beyond, Pearly Gates, and the Fire of Damnation, I think we can all deduce what those go to. Later we see an airline and it's on fire, and I wonder if this is a direct way into the afterlife, like how Beetlejuice was swallowed by the sandworm and next sitting in the waiting room. You just have to die to go to the afterlife in a weird way. It looks like there'll be some song and dance, which honestly makes sense. The original movie had 2 great numbers and was adapted into a very popular musical, so give me song, give me dance. Astrid is being drugged into the afterlife by these 2 men. They have a very Rasputin look to them and are covered in ice, so they must have died in the cold or the winter. Back in the afterlife waiting room, we see this Houdini-esque man and a very dead Santa Claus, unfortunately. The saddest part here is in the original movie, the man that offered Barbara a cigarette was clearly dead from his body being on fire. His body was cracked and charred, just like the man we're seeing right now, who is probably a dad that was delivering presents to a chimney on fire. I don't know, it feels like the Gremlins movie, but I guess that guy like broke his neck. Lydia asks whether or not the living and dead can coexist, and we see another poor fellow assaulted by the witch doctor, a shrunken head man in a suit this time. It's Halloween time and we see a lot of trick-or-treaters. We see Justin Theroux's character, Rory. Not much else has been announced about Rory, though we have seen photos of him at the funeral, and when they're taken to a fake therapy session between Lydia and Beetlejuice later in the trailer, this may imply that he's a Deetz, a father or cousin perhaps, or maybe just a really close friend. Beetlejuice lights a bomb drawn on the wall. I guess that chalk does more than make a door. It also looks like he does this promptly after expelling himself from the model town. We see Catherine O'Hara in the afterlife in search of her daughter and granddaughter, I presume. In the musical, Lydia's dad physically goes into the afterlife to search for her, and it looks like the musical and the movie will share actually a lot of similarities. Or Catherine O'Hara is dead. But I doubt it. I think they're all looking for each other. Along with Jenna Ortega and Justin Theroux, Monica Bellucci, we're also introducing Danny DeVito and Willem Dafoe. Danny DeVito is a janitor. He even resembles the dead janitor from the original movie who was in the hallway, you know, cleaning scene in the afterlife. This is also Danny DeVito's 5th time working with Tim Burton. He loves Tim Burton. Willem Dafoe's character is named Wolf Jackson, and as you can see, half his head is missing. According to Entertainment Weekly, he's a B-list movie actor who died and became a cop in the afterlife. When shown a photo, Beetlejuice's eyes pop out and his tongue sticks out. This resembles Gina Davis's monster depiction in the original movie. We're back to the sandworm planet with the sandworm. It looks a little like CGI'd stop motion-y, which Burton has confirmed will return in this movie. The use of stop motion animation to bring a lot of the classic Beetlejuice effects back to the screen. Then in their fake therapy session, Lydia says Beetlejuice's name and he squeals. This is done in the original movie when Barbara was trying to shoo him away. He slapped a titanium bar across her mouth, but here he uses the same sewing technique on the shrunken head men. And we end the main part of the trailer with maybe the best joke from the original movie, when he makes all the different wings and feet stick out of his head.
Is this a figment of your imagination?
And then that's it for the Beetlejuice trailer. Well, Beetlejuice trailer. Let me know in the comments how excited you are for Beetlejuice coming to theaters on September 6th. We got some time. You have time to watch the one movie. Follow me at Lily_Clemons and subscribe to all 3 channels in the new Rockstars network for breakdowns and news coverage of everything you love. Nice f***ing model! Honk honk.